Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Chhoda and welcome to this important episode of Ignition Time. I really appreciate you watching. If you don't know anything about me, please check out my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. If you learn something new from this video, please consider clicking the like button. Please subscribe and please enable notifications so you get instant updates from our channel going forward. You subscribing and you enabling notifications is your vote of confidence in us and all the effort that goes on behind the scenes here at the Ignition Time channel. Let's just jump right in. In this video, I'm going to dig a little deeper into this race and ask, is former Vice President Joe Biden going to be able to recreate the map that allowed President Obama to win the election, or is President Trump going to be able to emerge as the next president of the United States? Let's see what's going on. On your screen, you'll see a chart based on the Cook Political Report as of September 29th. I'll provide you with a link in the description section below to this entire article that featured this report and all the data so you can dig deep and check out that article for yourself. So, according to this chart, President Trump's path to the second term requires states favoring former Vice President Joe Biden, and the Electoral College totals by state are represented in this chart. In fact, each small square that you see on this chart represents one electoral vote. Let's take a look at Pennsylvania, for example, and you can see Pennsylvania essentially has 20 of those smaller squares stacked in 4 rows of 5 each. So you have 5, 5, 5, and 5. That gives you 20 electoral votes. That's how this entire image is designed. So you can see that the states that are in a dark blue color are solid Democrat. The lighter states are likely Democrat, and the very lightly shaded, the light blue states lean Democrat, and the gray states, these are the important ones. These are toss-ups. And then as the shade of red becomes more and more apparent, you'll see that those states go from leaning Republican, likely Republican, to solid Republican. So as you can see right now, if we look at the blue states, they actually, based on the data that is available right now, they are actually leaning Democrat. And you can see that black vertical threshold at the top, that is 270 electoral votes to win the presidency for former Vice President Joe Biden. So as you can start to see here, we have states in red, the Republican states that represent Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina, and then on the other side of the Mississippi River, we'll see Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Alaska. So we can start to see this entire picture emerging. Now, what's interesting is the 2020 election voter turnout. In fact, there's been a surge in early voting in this election, more than anything we've ever seen. And you see this chart on your screen that shows you the ballots counted in 2020 as a share of the 2016 total election turnout. Now, this is data as of 3 p.m. East Coast time on the 23rd of October, and it's from the US Elections Project. And this is just fascinating. Again, keep in mind that this represents ballots counted in 2020 as a share of the total 2016 voter turnout. I just want to be clear about that. So approximately 130 million people voted in 2016, and there were actually 100 million people who did not vote in 2016. So there's that. But in 2020, this chart on your screen represents how many individuals relative to the total 2016 number have voted so far as of 3 p.m. East Coast time on the 23rd of October. Let's look at the top right-hand side. You see some states like Maine, 45% of individuals who had voted in the state of Maine in 2016 have already voted. And you can see the numbers for other states. Vermont, 56%, New Hampshire, 18%, North Carolina, 57%, Florida, 50%, some unbelievable numbers, Georgia, 56%, Tennessee, 55%, Texas, 71%, New Mexico, 55%, Arizona, 44%, California, 40%. Now, why don't we stack both of these charts, both of these images side by side? Now, on your screen, you'll see both of these data sets side by side. So on one side of your screen, you'll see the path to victory, the path to 270 votes. And on the other side, you'll see the 2020 early vote surge. Now, if you take a look at this closely, you will indeed start to see some trends emerging. You'll start to see specific trends in states that are solidly Democrat. You'll start to see specific trends in states that are solidly Republican. And you'll start to see trends in the most important states that are leaning one way or the other, and that are the toss-up states. Now, keep in mind, this information does indeed continue to change, but it's fascinating when we look at certain states. Let's take a look at Texas, for example. Texas is at 71% early vote, and Texas at this moment in time is leaning Republican. So again, Texas has a 71% vote count, pretty massive. Florida is at 50%. And if we take a look at where Florida is leaning, believe it or not, Florida at this moment in time is a toss-up. Now, if you take a look at this closely, you'll start to see that this actually has the potential to be anyone's election. But based on early indications, gosh, I mean, depending on how you analyze the data, feel free to make your prediction. I'm not going to hazard a guess, but I can tell you that I look at these numbers and I do think these numbers are starting to paint a picture. Now, let's take a look at Ohio, which is another important swing state. It's a toss-up state, 28% early voting in Ohio. So that's extremely interesting. And Iowa is another important toss-up state, 43% early voting in the state of Iowa. Iowa has 6 electoral votes. Some pretty fascinating trends here as we stack up the states that are leaning Democrat, the states that are leaning Republican. Who's going to win the election? Is it going to be President Trump? Hello, President Trump. Or is it going to be former Vice President Joe Biden? There he is. Hello, former Vice President Joe Biden. That is anyone's guess right now. But if you want to see the trends, let's show you the trends one more time on your screen. You see the president's path to a second term does indeed require states that are currently leaning towards towards the contender, former Vice President Joe Biden. And if we take a look at this other chart, we'll see the 2020 early voting surge. Again, this represents ballots counted in 2020 as a share of all the votes in 2016. And one last time, let's just stack this data together so you can start to see how things are emerging, how things are evolving with just a handful of days to go for the election. Let me know what you think about this data in the comment section below. Take a close look at these charts. I mean, if you're watching this video on your phone, just go full screen, or if you're watching it on your desktop, go full screen. Let's show you the two data points side by side again. You'll see the 270 to win on one side. You'll see which states are leaning Democrat. You'll see which states are leaning Republican based on the colors. The darker the shade of red, the more Republican the state is. The darker the shade of blue, the more Democrat the state is. And also, again, let's stack that up side by side with all the 2020 early voting that has already taken place. I mean, think about that for a second. 71% of the entire vote in Texas in 2016 has already been cast as of 3 p.m. East Coast time on the 23rd of October. Unbelievable. In Florida, that number is 50%. Just incredible when we look at some of these numbers. Again, let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you want to make a prediction about who's going to win the presidency, be my guest. For me, it's not only important who becomes president, but who retains or regains control of the Senate, because I think that's going to decide the future of our country, and that's going to decide if we get a large stimulus package and when we get a large stimulus package. Keep in mind there are only 4 scenarios here. This is just talking about the presidency and the Senate. There are 4 scenarios. Scenario 1, President Trump wins election, Republicans retain control of the Senate. Scenario 2, President Trump wins re-election, Democrats regain control of the Senate. Scenario 3, former Vice President Joe Biden wins, Republicans retain control of the Senate. And scenario 4, former Vice President Joe Biden wins and Democrats regain control of the Senate, in which case it would be a blue wave with a Democratic president and a Democratic Senate, which would set the stage for a pretty significant stimulus package. And this was echoed by the governor of New Hampshire, Chris Sununu, and I did do that, and I did cover that in another video earlier on our channel. So again, let me know what you think in the comment section below, and you'll find the links to all our sources in the description section below. Thank you so much, everybody. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. I really appreciate you watching. If you don't know anything about me, please check out my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. That's 2 p.m. You can get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000, that's 70000, and you'll get added to our SMS alerts list. Now, if you want, you can also get added to our email list. Simply go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts, and you can get added to our email list. Now, you can opt out of the email list or the SMS list at any point in time that you want. No worries about that. Sometimes YouTube does not always send out notifications on time. So all I ask you to do is, in your browser, bookmark youtube.com/ignition time. That's youtube.com/ignition time. And then you can visit the homepage of our channel and watch the videos at any point in time that you want. You can also follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. That's ignition_time, because we release exclusive content specifically on Instagram. You can also follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is the same. It's also ignition_time. That's ignition_time. So follow us on Twitter as well. Once again, we release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. That's 2 p.m. East Coast time. You'll find the links to all our resources in the description section below. So definitely check them out. Please comment if you want to engage with our community, because our community is growing very, very rapidly. Please share this video with friends and family. That would be your vote of confidence in me and my team and all the effort that goes into this channel behind the scenes. Please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications, please ignite the subscribe button, because remember, the name of our channel is Ignition Time. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.